क्या तुमने किसी से प्यार किया?
किया।
मैंने भी किया।
What? ये क्या है?
मैं रोमियो जूलियट की तो बहुत स्टोरी सुनी है, but today we'll be sharing one such story which is
Very weird and you read it only in psychiatry book.
and it will obviously give you that goosebumps. So hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kanaka
And I'm Dr. Shivang.
and welcome back to Doctor Duo with another episode of Doctor Strange.
Every night, I dream the same dream. And then... the nightmare begins.
Hi, I'm Arnie, and I'm in love with my car. This is Mitzi. I have a romantic attraction as well as a sexual attraction. I see Mitzi as I would see a human partner.
So we saw a lot of cases and also on the net where there were real human beings who were actually in love with inanimate objects. By inanimate, I mean they were not in love with human beings or any living objects or living human beings or animals or anything, but they were in love with some objects like, let's say, plant, cushion or balloon. So they had that romantic or sexual desire for them, and this is what it is called as objectophilia.
These people develop a very strong emotional connection as well as attachment to various objects, which can range from normal buildings, bridges, or maybe roller coaster, or any object which is not human. It can even be your shoes, cushion, plants, anything. And they also believe that they are actually talking to that object and that object is replying back to them.
Jin-gyu, in love with a dakimakura. South Korean Lee Jin-gyu fell in love with his body pillow of his favorite animated heroine, Fate Testarossa, from the animated TV series Magic Girl Lyrical Nenhoa. The two were dating for 6 years before Jin-gyu took her to Japan to get married, where Fate the Pillow even donned her own wedding dress.
Since this is a mental disorder, but still we need to find some causative agents which is triggering objectophilia. Number one, there are a lot of people who are very introvert and want to stay in isolation. So people who have social isolation, they tend to start speaking to the objects around them, or maybe start talking to themselves in the mirror, or start liking objects around them. So that can trigger objectophilia.
I first fell in love with an object when I was about 14 years old, and this was my drum kit. I felt confused to begin with. Why was I loving a drum kit? And if I tried to explain it to other people, which I did, some people just said, oh, it's wrong, or it's unnatural, or you shouldn't be doing that.
But Amanda ignored the naysayers and followed her heart, and the object of her desire soon turned from her drum kit to the Statue of Liberty.
The second cause is to those people who actually prefer one-sided relationship. See, normal relationships में opinions differ कर सकते हैं, जिसके वजह से जो सामने वाला है, maybe he or she can disagree to you. But the ego is so much that they prefer talking to a non-living object जो उनको कभी reply नहीं कर सकता है. So they are actually very happy and satisfied with that.
Also, a very unpleasant childhood can actually trigger this. So by unpleasant, it can be maybe they have faced some kind of sexual abuse in childhood, some kind of trauma, maybe they must be a beaten child, something of that sort. So they start developing feelings for objects rather than talking to human beings.
The next reason can be people actually fall in love with the shape of the object and they're very particular about that shape. For example, 50-year-old woman Erica married Eiffel Tower a few years back because she was in love with that triangular shape. So it was like कि उस shape का कुछ और अगर नहीं मिलेगा, so they'll actually marry that shape. It can be any circle, triangle, rectangle, anything.
Well, next one is animism. So it is a religious belief that people feel that the objects have some kind of spiritual presence, and because of that spiritual presence, they start loving it. So maybe a person who's loving a doll feels like there's some spiritual presence of a girl who can be a girlfriend, something of that sort.
Well, now coming to the treatment part. If you suspect someone having this disease, take them immediately to a psychiatrist as well as a psychologist because they will need drugs as well as very good counseling. In drugs, we mainly give antipsychotics as well as sometimes antidepressants depending upon the severity of the symptoms. And the psychologist will actually explain things to him properly and slowly transform the mind.
So it is better to get cured rather than to prevent the treatment and not accept that you are going into the phase, because later on it can cause a lot of disturbance in your social, mental, physical life. So if you like such kind of videos, then do not forget to hit the subscribe button and also share this video for everyone to know about this, and also let us know other topics you want us to talk about. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Bye bye.